everyone, my name is Vina, aka Miss WOC Reader, and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk to you about my most anticipated SFF releases for the rest of the year. This isn't in any particular order, although I did want to start with one that recently released that I am waiting for my copy of, that I am super excited to read because I had already read book 2. I had already read book 1 and I'll be reading book 2. So that is The Seed of Kane, which is book 2 in the Record Keeper series by Agnes Gomillion. General Erica Cobain, beloved leader of the Worker Rebellion, makes a bold but illegal move to ensure the people's freedom. When her scheme fails and her co-conspirator hangs for treason, Erica, overworked and overwrought, blacks out. When she awakes, everything has changed. She's been stripped of her rank and power, and the new leader of the Congo, Kira Swan, is a charismatic traitor bent on co-signing the Congo under the guise of peace. Desperate, Erica reunites with Jose Khan and seeks treatment for her blackouts at the compound deep in the deadly Obi Forest. Erica is determined to regain her influence, stop Kira Swan, and continue leading the Congo to freedom. But time is running out and she's still unwell. Control is slipping from her fingers. When a new source of strength presents itself, an ancient authority reserved for the one destined to save the Congo, Erica gives up everything, including Zia, to grasp the power. But all alone and sick and tired, can she muster the will to withhold it? So this is an adult dystopian series, and I did read The Record Keeper back in 2020 and really enjoyed it. So I've been waiting for this sequel and it kept getting pushed back. So I'm hoping it lives up to all this long wait. The Undead Truth of Us by Brittany S. Lewis. And I was really interested in this because of the unique take it has on zombies. So 16-year-old Zari Young is absolutely certain her mother morphed into a zombie before her untimely death. But she can't seem to figure out why. Why her mother died, why her aunt doesn't want her around, why all her dreams seem suddenly, hopelessly out of reach, and why, ever since that day, she's been seeing zombies everywhere. Then Bo moves into her apartment building. Tall, skateboard in hand, freckles like stars, and an undeniable charm. Z wants nothing to do with him, but when he transforms into a half-zombie right before her eyes, something feels different. He contradicts everything she thought she knew about monsters, and she can't help but wonder if getting to know him might unlock the answer to her mother's death. As Zari sifts through what's real and what's magic, she discovers a new truth about the world. Love can literally change you, for good or for dead. So this is a debut YA fantasy. So the next one on my list is JL's debut middle grade, which is A Taste of Magic. And we don't get too many fantasies set in a city environment, so that's part of what intrigued me about this. Plus, MG fantasy has just been a little bit more whimsical. 12-year-old Kayana has just found out the family secret. She's the first witch in her family for generations, which means mandatory lessons every Saturday at Park Row Magic Academy, a learning center hidden in the back of the local beauty shop that serves her inner city community. Kayana can't wait to learn some spells to help out at home, since her mama is spread thin working 2 jobs and Mima's getting older. The only downside is having to keep her magic a secret from her connected at the hip BFF, Nay. But then the magic school loses their funding, forcing the students to pay a hefty tuition at the school across town or have their magic stripped. Determined not to let that happen, Kayana enters a baking competition with a huge cash prize. After all, she's learning how to make the best desserts from her Mima. But will Kayana be able to keep up her grades in both magic school and real school while preparing for the competition and without revealing her magic? and what happens when a little taste of magic works its way into her cupcakes in the first round of the competition. So this sounds like fun. I have read JL before, so I'm like used to her writing style, but I'm also interested to see how she departs from Wings of Ebony, which was a lot heavier. Next one on my list is House of Hunger by Alexis Henderson. So I read her debut, The Year of the Witching, back when it first released, and she was going to write a book 2 in that, but she said it just wasn't coming out how she expected, so she ended up writing a new book. And after The Year of the Witching, I just really love how atmospheric her writing is and how it kept me engaged throughout, so I was really looking forward to another book from her. And this one is supposed to be even darker and more adult, so I'm glad she's still in the adult lane. So House of Hunger. Marion Shaw has been raised in the slums, where want and deprivation are all she knows. Despite longing to leave the city and its miseries, she has no real hope of escape until the day she spots a peculiar listing in the newspaper seeking a blood maid. Though she knows little about the far north, where wealthy nobles live in luxury and drink the blood of those in their service, Marion applies to the position. In a matter of days, she finds herself the newest blood maid at the notorious House of Hunger. There, Marion is swept into a world of dark debauchery. At the center of it all is Countess Lisavet. The Countess, who presides over this hedonistic court, is loved and feared in equal measure. She takes a special interest in Marion. Lisavet is magnetic, and Marion is eager to please her new mistress. But when she discovers the ancient walls of the House of Hunger hide even older secrets, Marion is thrust into a vicious game of cat and mouse. She'll need to learn the rules of her new home and fast, or its halls will soon become her grave. So it sounds dark, it sounds twisted, it sounds like it has a lot of mystery. Everything I love. Okay, and also on my list, I'm really excited about this one because the cover just took my breath away, and it's also self-published, which I've been trying to read more self-published books this year. So it is Platinum Diaries, which is book 1 in the Psychic Dream series by K. August Rose. Sarah Price's dreams always come true. Usually her premonitions are silly glimpses into the near future, telling her which teacher will have a pop quiz or who will get busted during their sneaky makeout session. When she dreams of a gruesome murder, Sarah's life changes overnight. Haunted by the violent images, she is desperate to control her abilities and stop this murder from happening. To find out who this doomed man is and to save his life, Sarah enlists help from anyone she can, from her 2 best friends to her root-working grandma, even the boy she hates. But time is running out fast, and Sarah keeps sticking her nose where it doesn't belong. Will her psychic gifts be enough to save her from the danger she's stumbling toward? Or will Sarah's meddling make matters far worse than she could have ever envisioned? So yeah, it's like a YA urban fantasy, which is my jam, and I can't wait to check it out. The Sevenfold Hunters, this is actually one that I had gotten in the mail recently, and it is by Rose E. Gall. And I was excited from the time I saw the cover, because you don't really see a lot of YA SFF covers like this. Normally they have people on the front, which is fine, but I really like the vibes that this one is giving. After witnessing her boyfriend's death at the hands of aliens, Artemis is shocked to find out that aliens, known as the Nosuru, actually exist, and that her boyfriend had been a member of an elite squad of alien hunters at Carlisle Academy. The fancy British boarding school he'd been attending was actually a cutthroat academy operating covertly to rid the world of the Nosuru since the 18th century. Determined to avenge him, Artemis will have to pass Carlisle's rigorous school admissions and take his place as a member of the school's best alien hunting crew, the Sevenfold. Getting admitted to Carlisle is only the first hurdle. Once there, Artemis must prove her worth in order to win over the no-nonsense Sevenfold leader, Abayan, the rest of the grieving team, as well as the school staff, all of whom can see how poorly suited Artemis is to alien hunting. As Artemis fails her training at every turn, even she begins to wonder how she got into the school, if she'll ever be able to fight the Nosuru. Together, Artemis, Abayan, and the rest of the Sevenfold unravel the mystery of why Artemis was actually admitted into the school, what the Nosuru are doing on Earth, and what Carlisle Academy has been hiding from them all. So, I got this advertised to me as space vampires. So yeah, I don't read a lot of vampire fiction, so I've been slowly dipping my toe into it because I'm so used to like the boring white vampires, like going to high school. So this is a little bit different because they're like at an academy, but they're vampire hunting. So hopefully it's like less math homework and high school drama and more action. And then last on my list, I have The Lightcasters, which is by Janelle McCurdy. This is a middle grade fantasy. 12-year-old Mia McKenna has grown up in the darkness. It's all she's ever known, and she finds comfort in it. Like nearly all the cities in the Kingdom of Lunas, her home of Nubis was plunged into a forever night years ago by the shadowy Reaper King, a figure now only known in nightmares, a cautionary tale warning children to stay safe inside the tall city walls. But all that changes when a mysterious cult storms Nubis, capturing everyone with the ability to protect it, including her parents, the rest of the Umbra Tamers, and their mystical powerful creatures made of shadow and starlight. Now Mia and her brother Lucas are the city's only hope of survival, and Mia must learn to harness her Umbra taming abilities to stand any chance of saving her city and rescuing her parents. If she can't, she'll lose her soul and her family to the darkness forever. So it sounds like a lot of fun, and like I said, I'm always like looking for fun and whimsical in fantasy, and I feel like it's so hard to find now. The first half of the year was a mixed bag as far as fantasy reads, but I have high hopes for the second half of the year. This is everything on the list so far. I may or may not like squeeze some more in throughout the end of the year if I hear about any new ones. But let me know down in the comment section below if you are interested in any of these books. And if you like this video, make sure and hit that like button. Stay subscribed for similar videos like it. And thanks so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye!